Hello, 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 everybody. This is Big Tuna coming at you with another episode of Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Brave New World. We are currently playing a campaign as the amazing Korean civilization led by Sejong. And guys, we had a really, really great first video. I mean, look at this. So I know what you're thinking. Only one, there's two civs on this island. Each one has one city, and your competitors, Germany, have a bigger friggin' city than you do. So you must be falling behind. I mean, turn 50, you haven't even gotten a single settler out. What's wrong with you? Well, listen, these aren't horrible questions, but I got something to show you. If you look inside of our amazing capital and currently only city of Seoul, you'll notice two awesome buildings: the Great Library and a normal library. Both are great for Korea because they generated tech boosts, which made us basically brought us down the path of getting ridiculous progress towards drama and poetry. Um, and we are now on track to build our national college. So here's the plan: we're going to build our national college in 8 turns, start collecting that sweet, sweet science, start zipping through the tree, and then we're going to get right down to work on some settlers. Now, I have a worker, but I actually want a second worker for the civilization. And I think that's actually going to help us get off to a faster start. It's going to help us smooth out our unhappiness curve. So if we can, settle somewhere and then lock down a luxury resource right away, that's going to keep us happier than if we, wait. If we get all of our cities settled, go unhappy, then get a worker to work the tiles. So anyway, we're gonna get to our national college, and then we can go from there. But yeah, I pretty much want to start getting settlers out one after the other, with maybe fitting a worker in there. Um, yeah, so I am going to warn you, I don't want to make these videos super long for a variety of reasons. I want them to be kind of short and digestible. I also want them to be, I don't want them to be, too long to edit. If something goes wrong, like some kind of technical reason, I just don't want the video to be too long. So I'm going to keep them to 25 turns. And I'm going to be honest with you, on a military-based campaign, 25 turns can be a really long time. In fact, I would probably do something closer to 10 or 15 if I'm in the middle of a hot war. Um, but on a tradition game, 25 turns can go by really fast. That could be and sometimes I'm going to be honest, you're just going to be sitting watching things get built. But I just want to make the videos short and enjoyable. And the shorter the videos I make, the faster I can get them out. And then, for any of you coming along later, you can easily binge through and watch all of them. So anyway, just wanted to give that disclaimer. I know we went to turn 50 in the first video. We're not going to be able to do that for every video, unfortunately. Some of them would just get too long. But yeah, so this video might be a lot of just watching settlers be produced. But on the upside, guys, we're going to get our first expansion city this episode, very hopefully. I would hope so. So get ready to be excited. Let's get going with this one. So we locked down drama and poetry. Very, very happy to get that. Yeah, always happy to get that technology. That means we can get the amphitheater and kind of get our culture going. Parthenon is a really, really great. It's a really great wonder. You get +4 culture for your empire and a great work of art or artifact slots, and it comes with a pre-built great work of art. So that would really get your culture game going. The same way the Great Library kind of got our science game going. But we can't just go wonder chasing. We're probably not going to build a wonder for a while. We have a lot of stuff to build for the empire now. We are running behind in certain areas, but ultimately, I think the locking down that great library and a national college so early in the game is really going to help our science game and help us get on our feet. So look, we are just flying through these technologies pretty quickly. I am going to, what am I going to get next? If I get optics, I'm not going to be able to build much in Seoul for a while. I'm just going to finish off mining. And yeah, we want to start putting this worker to work. Do we have masonry yet? No, we don't have mining, so of course we don't have masonry. Let's just get this. I mean, the cattle are great. Let's get the cattle improved outside of the city. Welcome. We welcome our first worker to the city of Seoul. With the warrior in there. We'll clear out this barbarian encampment at some point. We'll probably settle this city first. Then we'll get a military put together. Luckily, the Germans are pretty far away. We're not really in their grill. So I'm thinking, I'm remaining hopeful that we can maintain a peaceful relationship with them. See, they have some sweet, sweet wine. Wait, yeah. If we can get a workboat out of the city, once we work this second pearl, we can trade and get that wine. How much is he making gold per turn? 15. So once we have a luxury, I don't know. We can get some good deals with this guy, going with this guy. It'll be good. I think he's ultimately going to do us more good than harm. We just have to make sure we develop our military so that he doesn't, like, launch some crazy invasion on us in turn, like, 150 or something. So we'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye. Yeah, let's get this cattle. This cattle update. Yep, I'm going to keep this scout. There's not really anything else to... we friggin' explored the whole island. And we don't have optics yet, so our land units cannot leave the land. Masonry is going to let us work the stone. I am actually going to get bronze working just so I can see kind of where the iron is. It's another great resource that you want for your cities. You can build swordsmen. You can build a lot of great stuff with that. Oh, I'm going to rest up this warrior. He's had a long, difficult day. So looking at the demographic, I mean, we're already number one for science. We may lose that spot at some point with, like, the same with more cities, start developing and getting libraries and stuff. But guys, we're in a good spot. We're, like, flying through the tech trees now. So this is really, really good for us. Yeah, just kind of waiting on that national college, and then we will get our game up and running. Great. 6 iron to grow to. The soul's going to grow to it anyway in 2 turns. Look at that. Sometimes the border growth can be really annoying in this game, but sometimes it just works right in your favor. I will be very happy to improve that iron and get production even higher in our capital city. What should we get next? I mean, archery is a really great technology to lock down. I say we go for the masonry because that's going to allow us to grab the stone. Actually, yeah, do we have calendar? Yeah, we have calendar. Oh, because we've already gotten philosophy. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to want basically calendar for the dies. And we're going to want... we have trapping for the truffles. Yeah, because that... yeah, we have trapping for the truffles. Okay. Yeah, let's just get masonry. Going to be useful to us. Okay, 1 more turn on our national college. Can I eke out like a little extra gold? Yeah, might as well. Look at that. If I shift from production focus to gold focus, we net 4 gold right there. Right? That is great. That is great. Let's get that sweet, sweet national college. Oh, and increasing our population. We're already up to 16 science per turn. That's great. Boom, baby. So this, 28, most people have a much higher number than this when they finish their national college. But that's because they have, like, they'll typically have 4 cities up by then, and they'll have a library at each city. So they're already producing a lot more science at that point. But, like, for turn 58, to have our national college up, now we don't have to, like, rush libraries for cities that don't need them. We can build more pertinent stuff first. And we can kind of know that our science is going to remain in a pretty good spot for a while. So, like, if you just look, I mean, a lot of these early technologies we're just going to fly through and discover now. So that's pretty exciting. Ironworking is going to allow us to build swordsmen. I just really like archers, but I'm actually going to go for optics. Optics is a really good Basically, that means we can get a lighthouse up in our coastal cities, and that's good. That's going to increase their. That's basically going to add one food to each of these tiles. It's going to allow them to grow faster. It's just a good technology you want to get. So the game is not recommending we get a settler up. How many turns for a worker? Okay, so here's an interesting thing about Civ is that so going into production, we can get a settler in 9 turns, we can get a worker in 7 turns, and I think we really need to get some of our cities going. I'm definitely gonna build a settler. But the thing is, your cities cannot starve while you're producing a settler. So let's say you have you're working some food tiles. The thing is, food also, I think 50% of growth, your city can't grow when you're producing a settler, but I do think there's a food to production conversion somewhere in there. I actually think the fastest we can produce a worker right now is 9 turns. And by settler, I mean worker. I've definitely called workers settlers before, and now the fact that I'm calling settler a worker is pretty funny. Okay, let's keep it going. We're gonna have to hard build this settler at 9 turns, but it's long overdue. We should have gotten a settler up a long time ago. Yeah, this pasture. Gotta do these things for the Empire. And yeah, the period, I'm not gonna lie, the period where you're building settlers is kind of painful. It's just kind of boring. You're kind of sitting around, especially in your first city. Not a lot's gonna happen. I am gonna get this iron improved. Hopefully pick up the production of the city a little bit. Boom. Got our next policy. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we hadn't even gotten legalism yet. Yeah, so legalism is great because it provides a monument in your first 4 cities, your capital, and the next 3. So once I get this, all the next 3 settled cities are all going to have monuments, meaning they're all going to be getting culture, and their borders are all going to be growing from the second they're founded, which is great. Yeah, we never got that monument. So I think this culture is just from the wonders we have, I'm pretty sure. 7 produced by cities. I think, yeah, we're just getting a lot of great culture from the palace, but then also the great library and National College. National College gets you one too. Okay, let's go for legalism. Boom, like 2 more culture per turn, just like that. Very exciting stuff. I'm curious if I should be sending these guys to do anything. I know they're kind of sitting around. They're going to escort the settler when he's ready. So this is the next thing. I do have to think a little bit about what city I want to settle first. And part of me is thinking just to go up here. Now I have to do some thinking about what exact tile I want here. So remember, we can't settle either of these river tiles because they're too close to Seoul. You have to be at least 4 tiles away from another city, any city. Could be a city-state city, it could be a rival Civ. You have to be at least 4 tiles away to settle. So I can't settle either of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, that's too close. So this stone, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this stone, can I get the dies? 1, 2, 3. I can get the dies, I can get the stone, I can get the... so if I settle the stone, I am close enough to get 1, 2, 3, get to these pearls eventually. And if I settle on this hill, I don't have access. I lose access to being able to buy these pearls. But then again, we don't gain. Part of me just feels tempted to settle on the stone. We wouldn't be on a hill. Yeah, guys, here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to settle on the stone because we do give up being on the hill, and that is true, and that's a little bit of a shot to our production. But there's no more resources up here, really. And if we can sacrifice a little production, but then 1, 2, 3, buy our way into getting these pearls and just getting an extra resource, when we meet the rest of the world, we're going to want that luxury resource. Now, if Seoul was growing into the pearls, then that would be an interesting case to Like so, here's the thing: Seoul does not have access to this area by water, so Seoul can't produce a ship to work this pearls. So that means if we don't settle a city on the coast here that has access to it, we're not going to get those pearls. Now I'm thinking about where we should settle with this city. Because 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if we don't, here's the thing: I don't want to settle down here because this land is atrocious, and that would get us access to the pearls. We can't get close enough to the pearls down here on land that isn't horrible. I'm thinking, I don't know. This is going to be a separate conversation too. At least for our third settle, we know we want this hill right here. It gives us access to both bodies of water. It's a genius settle. Genius settle. The other one's a little bit more up in there. Anyway, I'm gonna think that through. Let's keep on going. So we got optics. Let's get archery. Let's just net the easy ones. Boom, got archery. So yeah, still 17. I mean, I think you get credit for each of your policies you've discovered. Now, look, we're bottom of the barrel for a lot of these other categories. I get that. I don't want to fall too far behind in soldiers, so I'll probably make a mix of workers and soldiers once we get these settlers out. But don't worry, once we get our city settled, we're gonna start to catch up in a lot of these areas. Being so far ahead in science so early, it really puts us at a big advantage. It's great. Having a lead in science is awesome because you kind of have the jump on the certain technologies. You have the jump on like getting to a lot of great stuff first. So we're gonna yield a lot of the benefits of that. Don't you worry. I know it's seeming like a slow start, but I think this is all worth it. Let's see here. Construction is a very attractive technology because we can get our composite bowmen and we can start to get coliseums in each of our cities. And like that might be because we don't have to rush libraries anymore. I kind of want to focus on happiness for the Empire. So before getting libraries out in every city, it might actually be better to get a coliseum and then a library and a granary, somewhere in that order. And composite bowmen are really good to have. Kind of help boost our numbers a little bit. Like regular vanilla archers are not, they're not that powerful. But we don't really need to use this yet. Let's just keep filling out the tree so we don't get too far behind in any category. Let's just net the wheel. Shaboom, shaboom. Picked up the wheel. Very exciting stuff. We get ironworking so we can improve our warriors. That's another question. So some people would want me to be like rushing. Oh, I forgot. Wait, where? Oh, the wheel allows. Okay, we got the wheel so we can construct roads now. That's pretty great. Some people would want me to be rushing some of the crazier technologies and then maybe going after wonders, but we really do need to focus on infrastructure for our empire. It's like super tempting to just get really far ahead and go and like lock down Notre Dame or something. Like if we were to rush for it, we'd be the first one there, but we would be giving up so much by doing that. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to lock down the Watcha. I don't know. Should we use our science to lock down another civ later, and we'll definitely have all of our cities settled, or have all of our settlers out by then. It's tempting, but I just want to focus on building a strong empire now. I don't just want to go wonder chasing. Civil service, though. No, it's too tempting. It's too tempting. I'm gonna get construction. We're not gonna focus on wonders right now. Maybe later in the game. But again, we kind of need to build up our infrastructure. How much? Well, I guess I can't approve this guy to a composite bowman until I get the construction technology, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to protect this dude. Yeah, this scout, I don't really know what he's doing. I don't want to delete him because I need him to escort my units around. Maybe I'll like have him use him to lure this brute into the city. Did we get the iron? Boom, we got the iron now. Boom. All right, got our first settler out there. The game wants us to piss off Germany. The game wants things to get more exciting. No. We have our cities picked out. I think we're going to settle on the stone. I think we should just go for it. I think that's the settle we're going to do. Well, there is a barbarian encampment there, so I think I am going to have the warrior escort our dude. I also think I'm going to send, just to get our happiness up, I like working the luxury resources. I'm going to send this worker. It's going to be a little convoy. I'm going to send the whole crew up there together. The worker with the warrior. With the scout's going to bring the settler, and they're going to found, I think the second city is called Busan, and we're going to start working resources right away. See, it's just teasing me with all these wonders. But no, we have to focus kind of on the infrastructure of the empire right now. So another question is like, do I do the 6 turns and just get a worker? And the answer is no. I think we need to get these settlers out. It's a little boring, I get it. But yeah, we just need to get these settlers out. We need to have a civilization, we got to expand our borders. If you don't expand your borders, what happens to it? Nothing. One. Kind of puts us further away from the other fish. But like not so far away we can't buy it. We're going to settle on the stone. Sorry for anybody who disagrees. Oh, I'm bringing my worker over there like he's a settler. I am? Okay. Yeah. We're going to found the city, like boom, 1-2 punch. See, the game even wants me to settle on the hill. The hill is going to net us a lot of extra production in a pretty low production area. Not going to lie. I don't know. Does it matter? We already have a lot of pearls. And we're getting more pearls here. Actually, you know what I'm realizing? Seoul's going to grow to this anyway. And then Seoul doesn't have to be the city to work it. As long as it's in our borders, we can build workloads and send them down. So yeah, I'm pretty confident Seoul's going to grow to this tile eventually. So you know what? We are gonna settle on the hill. I'm glad I remembered that. I'm very glad I remembered that. Yeah, let's get the settler up. Let's get this party started. Guys, we're about to have our first expand. How exciting is that? And also, that friggin' scout goes on the hill, so we can't bring our unit there. I'm going to be a little peeved. Happy to enter a golden age for sure. If that scout like pushes back our timeline, I'm going to be peeved. That's what the scouts will like stupidly get in the territory. Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, this is a conundrum a little bit. I'm going to guard the settler like a. Oh, I thought there was an encampment right there. I guess it got wiped out. Like a barbarian could come and steal our worker now. I think we'd be able to get it back though. I just didn't want that scout to waste our freaking time. Cool. Netted construction. Always happy to have that one. And let's get the worker into position to work those dies, right at the foundation of the city. Net some extra happiness. We have construction, and we can improve it. We want to spend 80 gold. Let's get we need to keep our military. Can't fall too far behind that. The archer's not going to be useful for very much longer. So composite bowmen are pretty great, pretty good units. You get a couple of them together, they're good defensive units. What do we want next? I'm trying to think like what's practical in the here and now, but the truth is not much is practical in the here and now because we're spending some time building like settlers and workers for a while. I think we're just gonna like tech through the tree. Let's get horseback ready next. We're gonna be a well-rounded empire with access to like everything we need. All right, let's go for it. Let's do this settle. I always like to save before a settle. I don't think I would go back, but I like to do it just in case. It's a good save point. Let's do it, guys. Boom. And Seoul has officially given birth to its little, well, I was going to say given birth to its little brother. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Not how biology works. But yeah, we have an expand a city. We lock down Busan. We have a luxury resource. We can literally get to work on that luxury resource right away. This is an exciting day for Korea, guys. Very, very happy about this. Yeah, we only have 2 more cities to found. We're still happy. We're actively working on the plantation to get those dies locked down. So yeah, in the meantime, let's do stuff in Busan. And what's something we can do? What is something we can build? And part of me is thinking, so we have, a lot of people will say it's great to just, right off the bat, get a granary. And, you know, while I kind of agree with that, so granaries are good, but I kind of want to angle to like really get our happiness under the ground, off the ground early. And I'm almost thinking like, is it worth getting a Coliseum? Nah, granary first. We want growth in our little cities. We'll probably go for the Coliseum, then the library. I think that's gonna be. I know that their production sucks, but hey, we're on the hill, so it's a little better than it could be. I'm actually gonna. I do want this guy to grow, but I'm gonna put him on avoid growth for now, and just work. Yeah, get us some gold, get the Empire some gold, and just get that granary out. So we have another settler coming in 3. I think I want actually want to get that warrior over there to escort our wonderful friend. I don't know. Should I send the composite bowman? I'm gonna get the scout in the city, save a little bit of gold. If you remember, we got the oligarchy policy, and so garrison units inside of the city cost no maintenance, and cities with a that's the important part of the policy. So anytime, if you just have units hanging around an empty city and you have tradition and you have oligarchy unlocked, you want to put the units in the city if at all possible. Sometimes it's not a good call, like if barbarians are nearby, but if there's an encampment right there, maybe I'd be more cautious because they could come and steal the worker. But yeah, this seems like a good call for now. Just have the scout chilling in there. Yeah. All right. So this video, we are going to see this settler get spawned. We're not going to see him get settled, unfortunately. But yeah, the next couple episodes, I think the first episode was really exciting. Now we have we have some building to do. Oh no, there are barbarians on our borders. We may want to end up buying another military unit at some point if the gold keeps on flowing in. Got horseback grinding. That's going to allow us to build the Circus Maximus when we have Colosseums in every city. That's another thing. It's like the National College where if you have a library in every city, you can build the National College. So it is the kind of thing where you can technically build the Circus Maximus after getting a Colosseum in your capital if you haven't expanded yet. But that's just pushing settling too far down the line. We need to get our second and third expands out there. So I'm actually going to let the composite bowman escort our precious settler because he's beastly. Boom. Took out the foe. Yep. And I think so the debate I'm going to have here is over whether we want to park the settler on this hill, or again, we can't reach the pearls. I don't think it's worth settling too far just to get our hands on those fish. We do gain access to the bison if we're further up. Like if we settle on it's a tough call. Actually, I think we get everything. If we settle on this hill, it's probably not worth chasing the fish. I think it's worth settling on this hill. We get access to the truffles. We're going to grow to get the bananas. And, and we still have some fish we can improve. So that'll be some decent growth for the city. Yeah, I just think settling on a hill, getting that production, especially with the late start to the city, I think the production is going to be worth a little bit more to us at this point. Okay, so we got our second settler out. I am going to actually start work on a worker. Sink those 4 turns into it. Get us a worker for the Empire. Should I do it on, production focus? Oh man, we get +3. If we wait 1 extra turn with that worker, we get +3 gold for each time. I'm not going to do it. I think at this point we need to get our settlers, our worker and our settler out. But yeah, 1 worker is not going to be able to handle 4 cities. So we need to get maybe 1 and then maybe another worker right after we get the settler out. Luckily, I think we can get away with our Civ being a little weak for a while. Because again, Germany's going to have a hard time invading us. I could end up eating those words, but like, where are we in demographics? Man, our science, we are ahead of the curve, and Germany's the furthest behind. We're behind in a lot of areas. Science Civ, you do not want to be too far behind in population, but again, we'll get our city settled, and we'll kind of get caught up. I don't really want the gap to get too much larger than this. What I'm thinking is I'll keep an eye on our gold. I may end up buying a military unit. I might do worker, settler, another worker, and then get like 2 or 3 military units out just to have some kind of military. I don't want to be too weak from Germany, so I don't want to make it too easy on them. So what should we do next? I mean, it's going to be good to get markets. Again, we have a lot of things to focus on now. These wonders like Chichen Itza is freaking awesome. 50% length of golden ages increased by 50%. I'm actually going to go for currency just to be able to get markets and have good gold for our empire. Then I'm going to do ironworking into metal casting so we can get workshops in all our cities and really get our production off the ground. So that is kind of my plan. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's continue the pilgrimage. I hate these axe throwing men. They're pretty horrible. I would bring the warrior as like part of a similar convoy earlier. I think the composite bowman's got it. I'm going to keep the warrior in the capital because we want to protect our assets. They can come and like destroy our mines and stuff, and we don't want that. Boom. I'm actually not going to fight this guy in the field. He's probably... No, you know what? I want to defend our cattle. Let us continue the great journey. Okay, that's an ancient, like, bowman. All right, guys. So I know this video wasn't as crazy or as eventful as the last one. The last one was an absolute banger. But yes, another 1,000 years have passed on the global stage. We have expanded to a city. It's very young. It will, but hopefully we can get it up and moving and growing quickly. We will plant a granary in there. We're going to get our second expand very shortly. And then after getting another worker out, we're going to get another settler, get him down. That one is a very short journey. It's like it finishes right at the borders of Seoul anyway. So we're going to be able to plant that and yeah, really get our Civ off of the ground. You guys have been great. Thanks again for tuning in. I will catch you for part 3 very, very shortly. Take it easy in the meantime. Bye-bye.